Hey guys, this is the Disney for Couples podcast. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Mike.
We go over ride recaps, we talk about Disney date nights, and we just give you a bunch of information just for Disney adults.
Yeah. So, to start off this episode a little bit differently, you guys may have heard the song in the beginning on electric guitar, and you'll hear it again at the end. That's actually a little rendition I did of a few of the themes and music from a 37 short called Hawaiian Holiday.
1937?
1937.
It's with Mickey and Minnie on the beach in Hawaii in their little Hawaiian outfits.
It's actually the entire Fab Five, and I have a little bit of information about the short if you'd like to know.
Ooh, tell me.
Stuff. So it was released in 1937, and it was directed by Ben Sharpstein. He actually went on to become a Disney legend in 1998 posthumously. He passed by that point. His first official Disney credit was actually as an animator on a 1929 short called When the Cat's Away. Also very involved in the true life adventure films. He kind of ended his Disney career with producing and directing, but on the light side, he did a lot more of the like home video, straight to TV content. And yeah, it's also the first RKO distributed theatrical short, and it's one of the only 4 theatrical shorts to feature the Fab Five.
There'll be a test after
There will
this.
be a test. That was a lot of information.
Little history lesson.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for doing the music for us.
No
and that's a very
problem.
cute little cartoon, the Hawaii one. I think you can watch it on Disney Plus.
Yes,
They have all
Disney
the Mickey
Plus.
shorts.
Yep. So
What are we talking about today?
we have a few
You picked.
things. Yeah. So I have a date night concept that we can go over, and then I've got like another main subject. So why don't we start with you want to start with the date night?
Yeah, are we doing a ride recap today?
That's part of it.
All right.
So for my Disney date night that I have planned for us, I actually set up what I call the PeopleMover Crawl. Do you want to
Ooh.
know a little bit more about the PeopleMover Crawl?
I'd love to.
So essentially, we would go to Magic Kingdom and we would ride the People Mover, but we would also ride all of the attractions or attend all of the attractions that the People Mover cycles through.
Ooh, can I guess?
You may.
So I know you go over the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Yep.
You go through Space Mountain.
Yep.
You get a bird's eye view of the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin.
Yep.
And you go past the Carousel Progress. Now approaching Walt Disney's Carousel Progress. Do they still do that on the People Mover? That's an old...
I think that's the old loop.
That's a throwback. Yeah, I bet some people will recognize that who used to go. Did I miss anything?
You know the like gift shop? The Tron.
The Tron
one?
Space.
I don't know if
Space
it's
Mountain
Tron or
gift shop.
Space Mountain,
It's
but
both.
I think you may go through
You
that
see
too.
it. Yep, I think you see that.
So that's the only other
Yeah,
one.
and you would spill out into that after Space Mountain anyway. But I don't think that they talk about the Astro Orbiter, right? Thank God. 'cause
No,
I don't want to ride
I
that
don't
again.
think so. Well,
Cool.
why don't we tell the people what it's like to get to People Mover?
Okay. So you scan in, you go through the entrance of the Magic Kingdom, you walk underneath the train station, you walk into Town Square, then you walk down Main Street, you see the castle, and Tomorrowland is the first land to your right off of the hub and spoke section, which is that like circular area in front of the castle at the end of Main Street. You make a right into Tomorrowland. You go, if you're going into Tomorrowland the proper way, you go underneath the sign. And then the People Mover is like straight ahead and on your right. Am I right?
It's on the left.
I always mix up what's right there. The Astro Orbiter is right there. There's the little food stand.
The People Mover is actually kind of like behind Astro. Well, it's behind the lunching pad.
Yeah, and it's like if you're walking toward the stage and toward the Carousel of Progress,
Right,
which, I mean,
right.
Tomorrowland's not big. It's kind of in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at the bottom of the way to tell that you're in the right spot is that the line starts at the bottom of the incline moving platforms.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What time would you like to go and have this date afternoon or evening? I said date night, but we want to do People Mover plus its sort of core attractions that it goes through, which some are easy to get on and some are not. And we also have a little bit of some dessert action so we have to make sure we have enough time left over for that.
So I would time it, especially if we're going to try to go on a lot of rides and some of them have longer waits. I would time it with the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I was thinking.
Whenever the fireworks are going off, most of the people in the park are gathered to watch them. And if you're in Tomorrowland, and you have to be in Tomorrowland well before the fireworks start, because it can be kind of hard to cross the park with different areas sectioned off, and they start to do that kind of early. So I would say, get to the side of the park that you want to be at, at an hour early. Get over to Liberty Square, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, so you don't have to cross the park. Mm-hmm. And what's nice about being there when the fireworks are going off is that you can actually see the fireworks. You have a really nice view. And of course, the heat has burned off for the day by that point, and Tomorrowland can be pretty hot.
How does that sound to you for a little date outing?
That sounds great. I love it. Where are we doing? Are you going to talk about dessert yet, or are you going to make me wait until after we go on all the rides?
Oh, no. After we get through all our attractions, we're going to head on over to the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. What kind of ice cream sundae do you think that you're going to get? Well, more importantly, what do you think you're going to get on it?
I am a boring ice cream eater. I like vanilla ice cream with, I don't even really like any of the sauces so much. Sometimes caramel, but right now, if we were there, right now, I would say a scoop or 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream with some rainbow sprinkles and whipped cream and a cherry.
I like it. That sounds very good.
The Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, if I remember correctly, doesn't have a lot of flavors. They have kind of a small list. It's delicious, but they don't have a ton of flavors.
Is that one of the only places in Magic Kingdom that you can get sort of traditional ice cream?
Hard ice cream? Maybe. I mean, I can think of a number of places where you can get soft serve in Magic Kingdom, and you can get hard ice cream probably at the other restaurants, and of course the Plaza, because it's the same. I think they share the kitchen. That's why you can get the same ice cream. But I can't really, you can get the Dole Whip. There's that place in Fantasyland that always has those themed ice cream cones. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head.
Well, that was kind of the plan. I thought we'd go home after that. That's about, what would you say, 2-3 hours?
You mean if we just went into the park one evening to do that and then headed home, a non-park, a non-full park day?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe 2 hours depending upon the waits, because Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor you can get onto pretty fast.
Yep.
The People Mover, even if it's a long line, it's kind of moving.
Carousel's fast.
Carousel's really fast.
Space
Although
Range...
the ride is long. Carousel Progress is long, but the wait is not.
Space Ranger spins weird.
It can be very long.
Yeah, and same with Space Mountain.
Yeah, but that's why you go when there's fireworks.
That's true.
Especially on our upcoming trip, we're not doing any kind of lightning lane.
Yes.
We're not paying any more to go on rides. We're going to go or we're not going to go.
Yeah.
That's the way to time it, is with the fireworks.
I agree. And that's a perfect segue actually into the next sort of main topic of the day, which is to lightning lane or not to lightning lane. And as Lindsay just indicated, we're planning on not doing any lightning lane or very little lightning lane on our upcoming trip. We have done the rides ad nauseum, so we don't exactly have to get on anything specifically, but also too, it's kind of a part of the way that we do Disney now. No lightning lane.
Yeah, no alarms set on my watch. No having to track times. Even aside from the money, right. It just is such a pain to book the lightning lanes, keep track of when you have to be where, when you can book the next one. it's like no time goes by and you have to be on your phone. I get so sick of it. And when we were looking through the list of Lightning Lane rides, you know, to kind of refresh our memory, because it's been a while and now it's all now it's different. Now there's the different options for all that. I can't think of anything that I would want to go on so badly besides Cosmic Rewind that I would be upset if we left and we didn't go on it.
Yeah. And the nice thing now too about Cosmic Rewind is, you know, we have, if we really want to go on it, now there's the standby. And now we can start trying to figure out what the best time to go on that ride is.
Yeah, and Epcot has a nighttime show.
Right.
So,
and
I mean,
it's a big one.
Yeah, like Epcot and Magic Kingdom have the big nighttime shows. Fantasmic is big too.
It's like
but
big light.
Yeah, and Animal Kingdom doesn't have a very notable nighttime show. But even at Animal Kingdom, by the end of the day, you can get on Expedition Everest like with no wait. That's how we've done it. And I think they do a fireworks, right?
At Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't think so, because I think it would freak the animals out.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And then and the Navi, is that what they're called? The Pandora people? Yeah, so at Epcot, because they have a really big nighttime show that can hold a lot of people too, because you can go out around the World Showcase. That's a really good time to go and run on all your rides that are still open. And I don't know if like Frozen is open or the rides at the World Showcase. I don't remember. But I'm quite sure that Guardians is. And Soarin', you can go to Soarin'.
One thing you'll hear us say again and again is do the high octane stuff during a show.
Definitely.
A parade,
Definitely.
a show, something like that.
Yeah, unless you're getting there early. Like when we went to Disneyland and we had that, we stayed at a story for another episode, but we stayed at a horrible hotel and we had to switch hotels mid-park day.
Yep.
But we were just so disgusted by the hotel we were at first, a Disney recommended hotel, that we were up at dawn. I waited for the first sunlight to come up. I got you up. We packed the car and we went to the park because we couldn't even check into the new hotel. And because we rope dropped, we got on everything by the end of the morning.
Yeah.
But in Disney World, we don't do that. We really never do that. We get to the park, you know, on a good day at 11, sometimes afternoon. Sometimes we'll go at 3 if the park's open really late.
I feel like our average arrival's like 1:30.
Yeah, and we like that. I mean, that's on purpose.
Right, that's what works for us.
But because we don't get there in the morning, if you can get the high octane long line stuff done early, by all means do it. But if you can't, if you're like us or you miss the window or whatever, the time to do it is when there's a show.
Right.
Yeah, that's how we walked onto Rise of the Resistance during Fantasmic. We walked on. There was no line. We didn't wait at all. That was when Fantasmic reopened. It was the first night that they opened after COVID.
Oh, yeah, and they had the huge line down
so it was
Sunset.
It was more popular than it usually is.
Right.
But we've gone on rides in Hollywood Studios. I think Hollywood Studios maybe has the highest concentration of big long line rides of all the Disney parks. And we have gone on big stuff there when Fantasmic is going on too.
I would also suggest that if you were going to the parks and planned on not using Lightning Lane, that you kind of allot yourself and your party maybe 1 or 2 checks per hour for ride times to see what you can mosey on over to, because we've caught a lot of rides kind of last minute where we'll pull, you know, we'll go like, oh, let's look at the ride times really quick, and we'll be like, oh wow, this thing's 5 minutes or this thing's 10 minutes. Let's go over there.
So as we're walking around, whatever we pass, we like to stay really flexible. If it doesn't have a long wait, we do it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's Dumbo always has a long wait, but if it's the Tiki Birds, even if we're not like dying to go on the Tiki Birds yet, you know, we just do it. We do it. And we kind of like, I mean, we're like the truest Disney fans you can have. We love everything. So one of the nice things about doing that, especially on your first couple of days, is that you kind of get that stuff done.
Right.
Those rides that you might not do more than once on a trip. And then for the rest of the time, you really can like say, well, do we want to go to this great restaurant or park hop and take a little extra time like that? Or do we want to like wait online for an hour for some ride that we're dying to go on, or do extra shopping? Like whatever it is, if you are flexible some of your days and you just go on whatever's right near you, whatever you pass that you can just get on, you can kind of like check those off your list and then, you know, spend a little more time elsewhere on the rest of your trip.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we really like making vacation feel like vacation.
Yeah,
in
because
Disney.
It's very much a place that can easily start to feel like you have a job.
Yeah, we also walk really slow.
Oh yeah.
It's our
we
tip
run
for
hot.
Yeah, it's our tip for staying cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also for just like not getting caught up in the manic hustle and bustle. I mean, we don't walk, we're not annoying walkers where we're like cutting people off walking slowly, but we stroll and we go into one of the best ways that we escape the heat is that basically anytime we pass a store, we go in.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Disney stores, you can walk through them. So you walk through them and you're like farther along the path that you were on. You're not walking in and out of the same door.
Right.
So
Like
yeah, we just have all different ways of making it feel like as relaxing of a vacation as you could have at Disney World, especially on park days.
Most definitely. So, I mean, in kind of wrapping stuff up, do you have anything on your mind of Disney in your Disney brain?
Just our trip coming up. I'm so excited. When we were at my brother's yesterday, I think I brought up the Steakhouse 71 steak sauce dippers like 4 times because Mike and I have a tradition where on the arrival night, we always go to dinner.
We go to dinner.
We don't
Sit
cheap
down.
out on dinner.
Yeah.
The first time we ever did it, we actually had
cheaped
like
out.
we were there so late. We got to
Raglan Roads, like takeout?
Yeah,
Is that what that was?
yeah, our first Disney trip together. We drove straight through.
Yep.
And we arrived. We got to the Airbnb super late. Was that our first time there together?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 3 o'clock when we arrived at the Airbnb.
3 o'clock.
Not the Airbnb, at the
hotel?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because we went to Raglan Road when
really
it was closing.
Late. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, one of the first times we
whatever.
did that. But now our tradition is that we have a sit-down dinner. So we always make sure we get there and we have like a really late dinner, like 8 or 9. But we're going to Steakhouse 71 because we really like it. And they have, if you order a steak, you can pick your dipping sauce, or you can pick the dipping sauce like selection. Like
oh,
you
yeah.
can get the, what
like
am I trying to say?
A flight.
Yes, you get like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
flight of the steak sauces, so you can try all of the ones they have, and everyone is good. And I think that's just such a fun part of that restaurant. It's such a good touch that you can do that.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to know what's on my Disney mind?
Yeah.
It's trip adjacent. It's that I want to meet Nate. Paging Mr. Morrow, Nate.
I know. We love Nate.
I want to give him a hug.
Yeah, we really love Nate. He's in our living room every day. You know, we always watch
Yep.
his YouTube videos, and we always hope we're gonna run into him when we're there. 'Cause,
he's the one. Yep.
Yeah, he's the influencer we would want to run into. Him and Brian from Jeopardy, who sent me the Alice.
Yeah.
The
And
Alice
Dolan.
drawing.
Offhand.
Oh yeah, and Dallin.
Yeah.
Dallin?
Dallin.
Dallin?
Sorry.
From Offhand Disney.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah,
Cool.
I think Nate and Brian are at the top of my list.
Most definitely. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for hanging out with us here at our Disney for Couples podcast.
Thanks so much. Check out DisneyForCouples.com for more tips and date night ideas, and MagicalStickerShop.com, or if you prefer to shop on Etsy, Magical Sticker Store. We sell Disney-inspired parks adjacent stickers. We are not affiliated with Disney, but our designs are super cute, and they're all waterproof vinyl, so you can put them on your water bottles, luggage, car windows, etc. Go get them.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.